have a journal to read. We grabbed the key from it already. Claude Florentine, 18th of October 1673 AD. A Temple of the Morning Star. Although all new converts from the recent London meet are still among our numbers, I shudder to think what has befallen Jean-Claude of Lyon, David of Leicester, and Paul of Durham. Whatever their fate, it must be connected to the disappearance of the Dodger into the tower. Without guidance and the correct medicine, the servitors could spell trouble. I'm currently collecting together all the names of all the few who will be volunteering to don gate devices and track this thing down. I dreamt last night of the sword. Methinks it bears more significance than I originally thought. Certainly Belial knows more than he's letting on. Of the 6 acolytes I sent into the tower to hunt the Dodger 3 days ago, none have returned. Vine promptly disappeared into the tower and returned withdrawn with 2 bodies and their respective travelling devices. He has not been the same since. Even Belial cannot understand this change in temperament. Whatever the Dodger has become and how this has occurred remains a mystery, even to Vine. The dreams of the sword continue. I feel myself lost in thought on the subject. Tomorrow we break the 5th shard and the seal within the chamber of the Soul Stone. The crossing of the tower will be harder than even it seems. The Dodger is somehow controlling the ire. The two combined to become the troublesome of late, and I fear lives will be lost and blood will be spilt before the ceremony is performed. As a result, I have deliberated not to inform the temple. So the ire, we don't know what the Dodger is yet, but the ire is a swirling cloud of madness. And I'll give you a spoiler. The Dodger's a large dog. One more thing. I've discovered that upon each travelling that someone or something travels to the tower, one of the tower gates, only yesterday I've discovered... What? A single white feather. Curious. The Dodger, I've decided with Belial's and Vine's consultation to create a small handful of yielders to once and for all put rid us of this accursed beast. My dreams of the sword have remained last even. I dreamt of a place, a castle, a spirit place, where it lay guarded from me. Despite my dream efforts, the sword remains unattainable. 1783. The shard and the seal is broken and the fragments within my hands, but the yielders have been unsuccessful in their task. One crawled back to me through the pages of the library on fire and died. I doused the flames and it became clear that it was not the fire that had driven it from its task. In its mouth was a bloody white feather, and about its body were deep marks that should have been made by claws but were not. There were wounds of some blade which would have to have been enchanted given the precision of the gashes. This is surely not the work of the Dodger. Something lurks now within the tower. I know not what. Last night in my dreams I touched the sword and immediately found myself at the Soul Stone. Abaddon was there. Quite unexpectedly he told me that someone would come. Someone who would take his place as the keeper of the seals. Another, born from the Tree of Life. Someone who would wield the sword for me in the last ceremony. That or destroy utterly our efforts. Supplement. I have placed a single urge upon each gate within the void, with instructions to report any sightings within that place. The 2 feathers I now keep in the safe box. Okay, well, that's what we want. We want the 2 feathers. 1895. 3 days ago I witnessed an uncharacteristic trait in Belial. When I informed him of the deaths of the urges and the yielders, he took off in a blind anger from his place in the library and promptly accused access to the tower. He returned at the stroke of midnight, tattered and bloodied, only to disappear yet again. This time into the night, without a word, he returned 3 nights later. This evening, creeping silently into the study where I had sat awaiting him, he told me that he had failed me. When I inquired of him the events of the 12th, he saged, and he raged, he sagged, He whooped and paced the room, muttering incomprehensible words and thumping his fists repeatedly upon the walls, till the place literally shook at his touch. Calming himself, Belial levelled a look of despair and informed me that the gardeners had in fact returned to the precious tower, despite his promise that they had all perished at the fall of the stone. They were responsible for the deaths, as I unite. Untie? I know that I must travel the ways, but this time the tower will not be free to allow access, therefore preferring to contact my allies. We are preparing for an assault on the tower. With me will come Belial, Vine, but I believe we'll meet Vine at some point, but the game won't tell me it's Vine. My 2 head priests and a disciplined group of 24 dodgers each. What? Yeah, a group of 24 dodgers, each of us mind controlling 6 of them. That should be enough to get us through the Chamber of the Soulstone. So, I know it's not explicit, but like, so all the monsters that he wields, the Yielders, the Urges, and the Dodgers, are all evil thoughts of men that he can control. Like, that's the plot of this game. The Soulstone is where everything comes from, and evil thoughts turn into monsters, and he can control those monsters. Most importantly, one of the Dodgers, which is a very large beast, has somehow fused with the Ire, which is a native monster, as I said, a swirling of madness on the tower. This will be important. Some of the plot of this game won't make any sense unless you read all these journals. We will embark upon the tower gate in the mage. In the graveyard, it seems the shortest route to Shale Mantle. Supplement: disasters befallen us. Write this down. As we walk back along the tower, we were met at the tower gate by the Ire. Leading the cloud was the Dodger, but we lost so long ago. His eyes gleamed fire and hatred. Its inflated body seemed to bristle with powers, as if leapt from the stone to stand upon us. Belial was there in an instant, wrestling with the head of the beast, so that I moved from the gate, seizing the opportunity. I commanded everyone to the gate, and explosions from the Ire rocked the very tower itself. As the 2 priests transported through the gate, Vine met with Belial and the Dodgers to consume them with fire. The 3 became a molten fireball of burning flesh, but the Dodger was too strong. Vine was thrown towards the gate and immediately disappeared into Helid. Belial was left crawling upon the path, smoking, and I commanded the Dodgers under discipline to attack. With one twist of the head, the Dodger burned them all as they charged. They threw themselves from the path into the eternal blackness, disappearing finally like fireflies in the deep pit. Helping Belial to his feet, I seized the opportunity and used the gate to take us to safety. The last thing I remember was stepping into Helid as a single white feather dropped to my feet, and I put it with the other 2 and threw the box into a hiding place. There we go. So all the journals about how he broke the seals. If you break all 7 seals, the universe ends, and Satan's like, cool. It's wonderful times. Are there doors to unlock downstairs? We are downstairs. I think we've unlocked everything. I guess we could double check in here as well. So that's a yielder. Right, to the other church. Well, this is a house. A very large house. Fuck all of you. Oh, fuck. I completely forgot I had no health. This is why we were desperate to find things. Did I save? I'm not certain I did. Oh, you can go through there.
Locked.
Fuck. Okay, we don't... We need to find that key again.
Locked.
It's upstairs somewhere. There's just like a door I've got to go through. Oh, what? Oh, no, 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 he's not dead. How in the living fuck did I just walk out the room and save it and not kill him? That must be what happened. Okay, that's not so bad then. We do have...
Locked. 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 Locked.
How is it locked? Okay, I'm gonna put it on easy because I don't think there are any puzzles left. That's not true. I'll turn easy off. Say hello to Kato for me. Kato, sorry. Okay, we need to go to the bathroom. Bum, bum, bum. Not this bathroom, the other one. I can't believe I never knew you could walk through there. Right, downstairs we go. I'm just gonna have to be a lot more careful. Yay! Let's save our game. $4.50. My wand.
There's something.
A key.
I have a feeling.
No doubt.
And I would have loved some sort of healing potions, but I don't have one, so we're just gonna have to make do and never take any more damage for the entire rest of the game. One is quite strong, actually. Who's making squelching noises? You're not allowed through fucking doors, the fuck? Alright, it's gonna get a little scummy. Because otherwise this is gonna be a forever game. And we don't want this to be a forever game.
Collection box with a few.
Quaint, don't you think?
Collection box.
Quaint, don't you think?
Okay, What was that last key I got then? Oh! There was a mysterious door in the downstairs, wasn't there? Cool, does anyone remember how to get downstairs?
There's some sort of locked.
Okay, they definitely put monsters outside for a reason. So, like, I've got a key. Where do I go?
Doesn't appear to be working.
Quaint, don't you think?
Can I put coins in here? Do I have any coins? Oh, look.
Collection box.
Quaint, don't you?
Locked.
What's this key for?
Sorrowful.
Lamenting, perhaps?
More imagery of crystals. This is St. Michael's, right?
Of course. Why?
Nothing. It's probably nothing. Sorrowful.
Lamenting, perhaps?
Does this depict any religious scene, do you think?
Not that I can think of. Maybe it's from some apocryphal text.
Sorrowful.
Lamenting, perhaps?
Impressive.
I've never seen anything quite like this in all my days.
Does this depict any religious scene, do you think?
Not that I can think of.
The resemblance is uncanny.
What do you mean? Resemblance to who?
My mother. Dad must have kept this close to his heart.
No, the mother button. It's not set up. Oh, what's this? Oh, motherfucker! Really? We've already had too much faff in this stream, so I'm not going to set up the mother button. There's another fucking coin, isn't there? Who designed this? Well, there's got to be some reason to walk around. I know. Why don't we put 2 fucking coins just on the ground? Maybe something big? No. Coins. There's probably one around the back of the other one as well.
Tower gate.
Magical portal.
I bet. The ultimate prank. Here's the other coin. I don't know how like obvious it's gonna, like how close I need to be to it. I believe there's 2 coins. This is where I found the first one, right? You'd think. So I should have left it on the ground briefly and tested it. It was around here, wasn't it? Maybe I've done what I need to do already. Maybe it's just 1 coin. It was just the one coin. Okay. Let's save our game. It's just the one coin, actually. Ooh. What's this?
This is delicate.
Be careful with it.
I cannot use tiara.
This table's seen better days.
Are they knife or claw marks on the surface?
It's very judgmental about the state of tables.
Locked.
It is locked.
Are there really people buried in these, do you think?
The tradition's a long one. This is probably as old as the church.
I don't think I've ever seen a church where, like, some of the seats are pointing a different direction. Yeah, we're just watching it from over here.
This crucifix.
Ah, let me stop you there. This is a cross, not a crucifix. Some people make that fundamental mistake. What about it anyway?
Nothing, Sister Trevisard.
So, a part of me thinks that was just somebody's pet peeve. But no, she has a reason to know that piece of information.
Saint Michael. Casting a demon out of heaven.
Yeah, we saw it from the back. There we go, a couple of feathers. I believe in the behind the scenes, getting those two feathers to drop was actually quite difficult because they're just two real feathers, and they just go. Whoa. So having it be like such a low resolution actually really helps with the green screen a lot. I'd be tempted to just use that technique. Just, you know, apply really heavy dithering to your FMVs. It'd probably make your FMV games feel a bit... Because even good FMV games from like modern day are a tiny bit naff. God damn it. Michael is mostly shown in painting and others with his unsheathed sword in his hands, which probably signifies his role as God's champion. As God's champion, then does his office warrant the need for a sword more powerful than any ever made? I've been saying even instead of ever, haven't I? Whatever. According to myth and the Bibli, Michael will look to lock the devil into the abyss for 1,000 years. When this happens, will Michael once again be able to take up the sword? Although unknown, B. The important thing about... I mentioned this, but I don't know if you two are here. The important thing about Michael and Helston and the Hellstone and the myth of him fighting is that's all a thing in Helston. That is a story, even though Helston's like a literal Celtic name, which doesn't mean Hellstone. I wonder who B is. The only B I know is Belial. But like the Hellstone's one story, Saint Michael fighting the devil above Hellstone is an entirely different thing. But can the sword be said to be the sword, or is it a symbol? Yeah, but Baphomet's not in this game. So only Belial's in this game. But can the sword be said to be the sword, or is it a symbolic sword of God? A double-edged weapon to cut down God's enemies at Armageddon on the final day. So can Michael's sword be said to be the same word of God, or is it indeed a fabled weapon imbued by holy properties? In one account, Michael is said to have wiped out single-handed, and it'd be weird for Belial, because Belial's essentially, he's already a demon, so he'd know all this. But Florentine, it's not Florentine because that's F. Who's B? Is there another B in this game? In one account, Michael has said, maybe it is Belial, wiped out. So the thing about Belial is he's created from Florentine's soul, but he was also created at the beginning of time. So time doesn't, like, creatures of the Soul Stone don't obey like normal time conventions. In one account, Michael is said to have wiped out, Aelf. Aelf is clearly Saint Michael. He's got. They said he has more than one name, and he doesn't really have a name because he's just a being of the Soul Stone. But it says when you go to Florentine's house that like these aren't really things of God or the devil. Those are just convenient words, and it's just like, because Florentine started off as a Knight Templar, so he would have been religious. He would have known all this text. It's still a bit weird that Hawk uses the word Satan though, because Hawk and Gaul are like the purest forms of like angel and demon. It's just like, why are you using that language? Anyway, in one account, Michael is said to have wiped out single-handedly and overnight 185,000 men of a Syrian king. Don't know what that fucking word says, but who was threatening Jerusalem about the time of 700 BC, was with this word of God sword or pounce, whatever. Michael remains the key of the first against Lucifer, later Satan, where he single-handedly defeated the archenemy of God and threw his down from heaven. This is where somebody attained the perpetuating legacy of Michael fighting with a dragon. Michael is mostly shown in painting, and others with his unsheathed sword in his hands, which probably signifies his role as God's champion. Or did I read that bit already? See scroll. Archangel Michael is identified and named the Prince of Light, who leads a host against the dark legions of Belial, Prince of Darkness. So in this game, it's yeah. In this, one of many roles of Michael, he is the Viceroy of the world, which was the title of is that Lucifer again? Before the fall, it is foretold that Daniel, that when the world is in trouble, Michael will once again appear. Author unknown. Text probably sourced from the Dead Sea Scrolls, the War of the Sons of Light against the Sons of Darkness. Those are Muslim traditions which describe Michael in wondrous and magnificent form, and the wings of the colour of emerald green. In the fuck knows what that says. Saffron hairs, each with a million faces and mouths speaking. It is a million dialects, and the pardon of Allah. The Quran states that from Michael's tears came the whatever that word is, cherubim. Okay, there we go. Christ. No, Christ is someone else, presumably. The sword of the Archangel Michael is certainly, that's New Testament, John. Certainly one of your great symbolic imports to the religious writers and historians the world over, even if the claims of it are inherently magical and spiritual properties only have the basis to legend and heresy. Whatever, the sword is surely the main factor in each and every one of Michael's victories. Michael, he who is as God. The power, known as Michael, has many names, and most common translated is who is as God, the singular, El being the ancient and holy word with a long history. For example, Babylonian name is Elu, which means the shining one, and the Anglo-Saxon word is the name being Aelf. There we go, which means radiant being. In case you hadn't figured out who Aelf was yet. Raphael, the shining one who heals in the book of Tobiz, he reveals to Tobias that his Hebrew name means healer. He is thought to be the chief. Some fucking nerds made this game. We're going to put all this in. The Order of Virtues, Guardians of the Tree of Life, and although the Virtues are Apocrypha, right? And one of the 7 Angels of the Throne. I mean, a lot of this is Apocrypha. Raphael is declared to be one of the 4... I don't know what that says. Presence set over all of the diseases and all of wounds and the children of men, and is charged to heal the earth. He is said to be the friendliest and funniest of the angels, and often seen chatting with some unsuspecting mortal being. So I guess if Aelf and Raphael are just angels, and that's why they look the same, because all angels look the same. As even though, again, angel's not actually technically a thing, because as far as titles go, some would see him as the regent of the angel of the sun and the angel of and knowledge, science. That says science. Some texts have this archangel as the guide of Sheol, the womb of the underworld. Raphael is not a demon, although his name appears in many demonologist texts and grimoires, author unknown. There we go. Okay, that is, we've read the Notebook. Thanks, Bill.
More extravagance, but nothing out of the ordinary.
It's partitioning that small room beyond from the rest of the church.
Locked.
We picked up some feathers.
Feather. From the stained glass window.
Our presence probably triggered something off. I think we were meant to find it.
It doesn't go there, it goes somewhere though. I do believe there's more in this church. I am probably going to let you go at the end of this chapter, because my eyes are straining. Ever since I moved to Red Roof, it's become more and more difficult to stay awake after midnight, which is probably for the best, to be honest. Right, I found a key. We did waste a tiny bit of time faffing around with snails, but
Knight or some soldier. Definitely Norman period, though.
You're not the idiot I first took you for, are you?
I've sworn off buying fizzy drinks, although I do make my own with the soda stream. So in here is a fake Fanta. But maybe one day.
That figure, the angel, looks similar to the one in the window, don't you think?
Very similar.
What's that discolored ring around the Madonna's head?
You know, I'm not sure. Perhaps the discoloration's something to do with the stone?
Or perhaps we'll need to hang on. Use this tiara. There we go. Oh, I was gonna. I also have game of powder.
This time through the dragon hell.
This stops me getting smashed over the back of the head, right?
Actually, no. It is a passport to Aqua, realm of the divine. Put it on, lad.
I'm guessing if I put the red feather, I would have been attacked by a monster.
This realm of the divine. Are we talking about heaven?
I am not sending you to heaven, Adam. Believe me, I would allow you more time to prepare yourself if that were the case. But beware. Aqua is the most beautiful of all the realms. It is far too easy for you to lose your purpose there.
Point taken.
You still haven't said when we need to go there.
We're gonna make a bong.
Various clues and everything.
Because these guys made normality.
Have not become fact. Do you remember when we first met? I spoke in metaphors.
Sure.
And my words.
You first told me to go with open eye. And that's Rebecca. And the second was go with the wings of angels to guide me?
That's Hulk.
That must be the feather.
Well,
She is correct.
Oh, I see. Wings of angels.
It was the feather that brought you to me, and to the dragon hell. Next,
What, are we doing a fucking
something
test?
about my voyage to the tower.
Held aloft like a beacon.
and the final metaphor.
The sword of the dragon held aloft as a beacon to the tower. That was it, wasn't it?
It was the sword of the dragon.
Eternity. The sword that was taken from the Soulstone by Florentine, and the sword that started all of this. That's what you mean, isn't it?
And now you must take it to the chamber of the Soulstone.
Why didn't you just tell us this first time round? Why did it have to be riddles?
The ultimate destinies of you both lie upon show. Trust your senses. Walk carefully within the divine realm, and more carefully still when you come to the gates of hell.
For their mini puzzles in hell. Chapter 13, The Sword of the Dragon. Cool. Oh, thank fuck. Okay, I think we wasted some health as well, but we'll save our game. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54 is the save. Right, I am curious as to what happens if I put the red feather down. Didn't mean to take the tiara off. Ah, that's what happens. I'm in my little cupboard. You can't do anything. Right. I think that, yeah, I think this is a good time to leave it. We will finish. Can I finish this? Well, it will be finished next week. I'm curious to see if I can do that in one stream. But this is chapter 13, right? It gets fast from here on out. So the next place we're going to go to is Aqua. And, oh, yes. We will make sure... So we'll load our game. We'll make sure this is set to normal, because Aqua is a puzzle world. But that doesn't... So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to leave this place. We've got to figure out where the teleporter is. It's in the rat maze, isn't it? Yeah, it's good. We got to go all the way through the fucking rat maze again. Why did I think they would never return when I clearly have to go use that teleport? And then we've got to get the Sword Eternity, and only good things can happen once we have that, surely. But yes, so next week, next Thursday, we're playing more of this game. Thank you very much for watching, by the way. And then afterwards we'll be starting this mysterious game. This game that I've never played before, and the only reason I'm playing it is because I was looking up horror games from 1998, and that looked interesting to me. It could be awful, but maybe it's not. Thank you very much for watching. I've been the Johnstruct. You want to make the snail talk? Type in !hello space and then type in a message. That's, or if you don't type in a message, it will put a generic one. Farewell, and I'll see you next time. Boom, boom.